What if the reason your daily life feels inefficient isn't laziness or bad habits, but just badly designed stuff around you? Japan spent decades treating that question seriously, and the answer turned out to be 15 physical systems and objects that remove friction from the most common moments in a day. Not futuristic technology, not complicated apps, just extremely well thought out design applied to things like getting on a train, storing your bags, eating lunch, or parking a car in a city where space is almost non-existent. Number 1. Suiza and Pasmo contactless transit cards. Picture a major train station at 8 a.m., hundreds of thousands of people trying to push through fare gates, and every single one of them stopping to insert a paper ticket, waiting for it to get read, then grabbing it on the way out. That's a lot of stopping in a place where stopping is the last thing you want. The Suica and Pasmo cards use a short-range radio chip that talks to the gate reader in about 0.2 seconds. You don't insert anything or press anything. You just walk and hold your card near the reader and the gate stays open. Number 2. Shinkansen high-speed rail system. Most high-speed rail systems get marketed by top speed. The Shinkansen gets talked about that way too, but the number that actually defines it is the average delay per train, which runs in seconds per year, not minutes. That's a systems problem, not just an engineering one. Running hundreds of fast trains daily on a network where one late train pushes every train behind it requires a completely different kind of thinking than just building something fast. So the Shinkansen runs on dedicated tracks that no freight or slow trains share, with a central system monitoring every train's position in real time. Number 3. Train platform queue markings. When a train pulls in and everyone surges toward the doors at once while people inside are trying to get out, most transit systems just let that turn into a mess. Japan put the solution in the floor. Platform markings show exactly where each door will stop, with arrows on either side telling you where to stand. So before the train even arrives, 2 lines form on each side of the door position, leaving the middle clear for people getting off. Number 4. Platform screen doors in rail stations. The basic problem with a train platform is that the edge is both where you need to stand and the most dangerous place to be. Most transit systems handle this with a painted line and a warning. Japan put up a full-length glass barrier between the passengers and the tracks. The barrier only opens when a train arrives, and its doors line up exactly with the gaps in the glass, which means the train has to hit the same stopping position every single time. And because passengers wait right up against the glass, they already know exactly where the doors will be before the train stops, so boarding starts faster. Number 5. Taku Haibin luggage forwarding services. Japan has a luggage forwarding service called Taku Haibin, and the basic idea is that your bag travels separately from you. You drop it at a convenience store or hotel front desk, pay a flat fee, and it shows up at your destination the next day while you travel with nothing in your hands. This exists because busy Japanese train stations, especially during travel seasons, aren't built for large rolling suitcases. Narrow corridors, crowded escalators, tight transfer points, and a heavy bag turns all of that into a real problem. Number 6. Coin lockers at train stations. Every major Japanese train station has rows of coin lockers built into the walls, and they're almost always full. That's not accidental. Storage gets treated as basic infrastructure, the same way seating and bathrooms do. The problem a bag creates on a day trip is specific. You skip places that require walking, you tire out faster, and every decision you make gets filtered through what's convenient for the bag rather than for you. So the lockers come in sizes ranging from small boxes for a laptop bag all the way up to compartments that fit rolling suitcases, priced by size and spread across multiple banks throughout the building. Number 7. Convenience stores as multi-service hubs. A Japanese convenience store called a konbini isn't really a store in the way you'd normally think of one. In about 100 square meters, you can pay your electricity bill, print documents, pick up a package, buy hot food, withdraw cash, and eat a full meal, all without leaving the building. This works because deliveries happen multiple times per day, so the hot food stays fresh and the shelves stay stocked with what people actually want right now, not last season's inventory sitting in a back room. Number 8. Heated toilet seats with bidet functions. Most visitors from outside Japan treat the washlet like a novelty the first time they see it. After a week of using one, they're searching how much it costs to install at home. The standard Western toilet seat does one thing, and it's basically unchanged from its original design. No consideration for cold mornings, hygiene gaps that paper doesn't fully address, or the noise privacy problem that comes with thin-walled apartments. The washlet handles all of that. Heated seat, warm water bidet, a sound masking function that plays running water, and on some models, a lid that opens automatically when you walk in. Number 9. Compact K cars for urban mobility. Japan has a whole vehicle category called K, meaning light, and about 40% of all cars sold there fall into it. The rules are strict. The engine can't go above 660 cubic centimeters. The body can't exceed 3.4 meters long or 1.48 meters wide. Those limits came from a post-World War II policy to make cars affordable, and they stuck because they turned out to match how Japanese roads and neighborhoods actually work. Outside the big city centers, streets were built before cars existed. A full-size sedan physically won't fit in a lot of residential garages, so the K car's size isn't a compromise, it's a fit. Number 10. Vertical parking towers. In Tokyo, a parking space can cost more per month than rent does in a lot of other cities. So instead of spreading cars across a flat lot, Japan built parking that goes straight up. A traditional garage wastes huge amounts of space on ramps, driving lanes, and turning room, all of it sitting empty most of the time. An automated tower cuts all of that out because the cars don't drive themselves to their spots. You pull up to the entrance, get out, and a lift system takes your car and slots it into the tower. When you want it back, you enter your ID and the machine retrieves it. Number 11. Bento box compartment design. A bento box looks simple, but the compartments aren't there to look organized. They're solving a real food problem. When wet and dry foods share the same space, the dry stuff gets soggy fast, strong flavors bleed into mild ones, and anything that needed to stay separate for texture reasons just doesn't. The compartment walls stop all of that before it happens, and the standard proportions, roughly 4 parts rice to 3 parts protein to 2 parts vegetables, land close to nutritional balance without you doing any math. The box size controls portions too, because you're filling a fixed space, not guessing. Number 12. Smart rice cookers with automated settings. Rice gets eaten at nearly every meal in Japan, so the rice cooker isn't a specialty gadget sitting in a cabinet. It runs daily, like a kettle or a water heater. Cooking rice well means hitting the right temperature at the right time while managing moisture, and that sequence changes depending on the rice variety and how much you're cooking. Get it wrong and you get mush or dry clumps. Japanese rice cookers use induction heating that warms the whole pot at once, with a pressure and temperature sensor that adjusts the heat throughout the cycle automatically. Number 13. Vending machines with hot and cold beverages. Japan has roughly 1 vending machine for every 23 people, the highest density anywhere in the world. But the count isn't what's interesting. What's interesting is that a single machine sells hot and cold drinks at the same time, sitting outside in weather that swings from freezing winters to humid summers. The inside splits into thermally isolated sections, so the heating element on one side doesn't fight the refrigeration on the other. Red buttons mean hot, blue means cold, and you know before you pay. Number 14. Compact modular apartments and furniture. The average living space per person in Tokyo runs around 20 to 25 square meters. That's not a small apartment. That's 1 large bedroom, and every part of your life happens inside it. The problem isn't just fitting your stuff in. It's that sleeping, eating, working, and storing things all need to happen in the same room at different times of day. So a layout that works well for one function actively gets in the way of the others. Japanese compact apartment design solves this by making the furniture change jobs. Number 15. Tactile paving integrated into sidewalks and stations. There's a pattern of raised yellow tiles embedded in sidewalks and station floors all across Japan, and if you've never needed to use it, you might have walked right over it without registering what it actually does. It's a navigation system for blind and visually impaired pedestrians. Invented in Japan in the 1960s and now copied by transit systems worldwide. 2 patterns do all the work. Raised dots mean stop and make a decision. A platform edge, a staircase, a junction. Raised bars mean follow this path in this direction. What makes it a system rather than just a local fix is that the layout stays consistent across every station in the country. So the floor means the same thing everywhere. No language needed, no screen, no power source.